Congratulations on the film, Lauren.
Thank you so much.
You were just telling me this is your first junket. Is this the first one you've done by yourself?
I think I've done a couple by myself, but definitely like all of the Jamie press I've been doing is like the first time I've done any press.
How have you found this process, given I'm sitting in front of you. It hasn't happened for a year and a half for me. I've sat in front of someone doing an interview.
Yeah, I'm like really glad that we get to like be in the room with people and have like a conversation face to face. It's amazing, and it's lovely to be able to be talking about a film that I love so much. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, it's nice not to hear the word Zoom. I'll be honest
Very
with you.
much so.
So tell me about the process of getting involved with this one. This is like your first big deal audition process. Take me back to the genesis of how it all began and what made you want to go for this one in particular.
Yeah, so I was 17 years old and I was in sixth form college and I was just putting off doing my drama homework, and sometimes I'd go on like this open auditions website and just go to auditions in my area just to get the experience of auditioning, because I kind of I was auditioning for drama schools and stuff, and I wanted to get some more experience auditioning. So I just saw this, and it said, "We're looking for a South Asian girl who looks 16 who can sing." And I was like, I'm going to send in a video for that. I mean, I'm obviously not going to hear anything back. It wasn't even like an audition. It was just like, send us a video telling us a little bit about yourself. So I sent that in, and then I sent another video in, and then I met our director, Jonathan Butterell. And then I went to London and I read with Max, and then I went back to Sheffield and met everybody. And in that all of that happened within 20 days. So I sent my first video in on the 5th of May, and I found out I got the job on the 25th of May. And then by the 25th of June, I had moved to Sheffield and was having my first day on set with Max and Richard E. Grant, and we had started shooting. And so it was like a massive whirlwind of an experience that I kind of I still very much like, I don't really know how this happened. I don't really know how we got here, but I'm not going to question it because I'm loving it.
Like you've got to do lots of interviews as well.
Exactly,
We've got to go
yeah.
train you for interviews. There's such a great energy in this film, and there's the scenes with you and Max and Richard E. Grant I thought were fantastic. Tell me about the experience of working with someone like Richard E. Grant, because on your first film, sometimes if you do like independent films, you might work with some friends or with Max, but then you get kind of Hollywood royalty thrown into the mix.
Yeah, and it was like my very first day was with him, so I was a bit intimidated before I stepped onto set, because I've never acted professionally, and I'm going onto set with an Oscar nominee, as you do. But once you get onto set, you realise that behind all of the nominations, and he's a very successful actor, is just a man who is very, very good at his job, and he's very good at what he does. And so I just and the same with Sarah Lancashire and Sharon Horgan and Shobna Gulati, and I just observed and watched and listened as much as I could about how they work and what their process is, and just tried to soak it all in whilst I had the opportunity, because I mean, who better to learn from than these legends in TV and film.
He looks great in those high heels as well, Richard E. Grant. My goodness.
Amazing.
Only he
He's
could
like
go from Star
7
Wars
foot tall.
to doing something
Exactly.
like this. Effortless.
Incredible.
And there's this wonderful friendship in the film as well between your character and obviously with Jamie. Did you and Max work on that a lot? Did it take a long time? Or did you become kind of fast friends and that made it much, much easier to do it?
Yeah, I think that it was his very first job as well, so we kind of just clung to each other as we were thrown into all of this. And I just remember the first time I met him during my audition process, but I was like auditioning, so I wasn't really chatting or anything. And so after I got the job, I met him, and Johnny told us to go to Nando's together to get to know each other, as we do. And so we went to Nando's and we sat down, and Max goes, "Are you really overwhelmed? Because I'm really overwhelmed." And I went, "Oh my God, thank God, yes, this is so scary." And from that moment on, we were great, and we got on like a house on fire. And it was that ability for him to be vulnerable with me and me to be vulnerable back. And then just throughout the entire film and throughout all of this, I'm very, very lucky to have him.
You can tell a lot about someone by their Nando's order. So what was his and what was yours? Or what's your go-to?
My go-to is, if I'm somewhere where I can use my hands, I get chicken wings, medium chicken wings and peri chips. And if not, then I get like a pita wrap and peri chips.
I'm a pig. I just get half a chicken.
Oh, nice.
Bit of a pig.
Go for it.
And obviously, this is so many people have seen this show and it's impacted so many people around the world. And now with the film, given that it's on Amazon Prime Video, it's going to be in, I think, 200 odd countries around the world. It's such an important story. These small countries are going to get to see and kind of embrace what the messages are. How excited are you for people to see it all over the world?
Yeah, I think that you've hit the nail on the head there. I think that the wonderful thing about it being on Amazon Prime is that you can watch it in your living room with a bunch of your friends, or you can watch it on your phone in your bedroom with your earphones in, if that's what you need to do. And so I just hope that it reaches the people that it needs to reach, and it resonates with people and helps them feel a little bit less alone, and being able to bring it into to be able to bring in this story that is so full of joy, and just it's a big celebration, to bring it into people's homes is like really special to me.
Yeah. And in terms of your character, I mean, what made you fall in love with her when you read the script? There's so much to love about her, as to what she does and what she says, and the amazing friend that she is.
Yeah, and I've been asked this question a lot, and I sometimes worry that I sound like I'm gassing up my own self, but I always view her as like a different person to me. And I love her. Like, I just think she's the sweetest girl, and you know, she has her flaws, and she doesn't really understand what Jamie wants to do and why and how, but she loves him, and that comes before anything. And I feel like we all need more people like Pritti in our lives who can go, look, I don't get it, but I support you, and I'm going to learn, and I'm going to figure it out, because this obviously makes you very happy.
And obviously this is, as you said, a bit of a whirlwind. Have you prepared yourself for next steps? Have you already been on more auditions, or as this, because it's such a big deal, you kind of like, I just want a couple of weeks to chill out?
Yeah, I'm kind of just seeing where this goes. I'm just going to enjoy this for as long as it lasts, and try and take everything in, and like I say, like learn as much as I can throughout this whole process, and just make sure that I'm enjoying myself, and I'm having the best time. It's so surreal.
As a final question, your character is very inspirational. Who are your inspirations in life? Do you have an acting inspiration, or who would you say are your inspirations to make you do what you do?
I think wonderful actors that the people that I love that feel like they transform in everything that they do, like people like Tilda Swinton and Florence Pugh and Jake Gyllenhaal, and then there's like some incredible South Asian actors like Dev Patel and Mindy Kaling, who have been like paving the way and doing just such incredible work both on camera and behind the scenes in like activism and just striving for what they believe in. And I think that they're incredible inspirations to me.
There's some good ones to have. Lovely to talk to you again. Thanks so much for your time.
Thank you.
Pleasure.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Hey You Guys!
Hey You Guys, huh?
Hey, you guys.
Is that from the Goonies?
It is indeed, yes.
Nice.
Hey!